All right, we are ready to roll out here. Cargo is loaded up. We are carrying a bunch of nothing. I don't know what it is. We gotta land at less than 200 feet per minute, which hopefully I do because we've been doing it a lot. So, yeah, we got 183 miles on our hands, and we are going to be staying in New Mexico, not quite going to Texas. We're going to head back up, probably cross into Texas a little bit on takeoff, but yeah, it says we're hauling whiskey. Say whatever we're hauling 774 pounds of something, which is putting us overweight. And yeah, we've got fuel on board. I didn't actually look at that. For some reason the fueling is not matching up with what I can put in this game. So I'm not sure if it's broken or if there was an update or what, or maybe this is broken and allowing me to put too many gallons of fuel in. We need to be at 100 and I was gonna say it's broken again. This will at least get us underweight. Maybe it's only letting me put this much in so that I'm not overweight. That probably makes the most sense. So we're gonna have to go a little bit fuel conservative on the flight, but 156 pounds of fuel probably will get us there just fine. Where we are going, Hobbs, I believe is what it said. Yeah, Lee County Regional. So let's go direct. And oops, completely messing up here. Alright, got that. Activate. So 183.7 miles out. Let's go ahead and start it up.
You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
Alright, so we got our cargo on board. We are going flaps for takeoff. We are getting this, make sure that's all good. I've got landing and taxi lights on now. We're running left fuel tank at the moment. And let's also right, gallons remaining. How many gallons do we have? It's like 13 aside, so 26. Okay, look at that. We're gonna do a thing because we actually kind of need to know on this one what we got going on. Vertical speed. Well, let's climb to. We don't actually need to get too high up. Let's climb to 6,000 at first, and then figure it out as we go. Which way is the wind a-blowing? Let's get turned around and see if we can find ourselves a windsock. I've got nothing. Not a windsock in sight. Okay, well, let's taxi down. We're just going to take off in the direction that we need to be heading. And we can tune to... Well, we can't tuned to a different, we could if I looked it up, but where is, okay, we got a taxiway down here. Yeah, I'm a little concerned about fuel, but if we got to make a stop, then we will do that, although I don't know how many places there are between here to make a stop, but I think this is going to take us up to Midlands, Texas area. Thankfully we got a big old runway here to get up off the ground. Yeah, it's kind of in between Lubbock and Midlands, but in New Mexico, so still west of all that. Pull that back and yeah, let's hope that we got enough fuel. If not, there is Carlsbad that we can stop at in between, or not really in between, but near the end of it. Sorry, I'm looking at that and not concentrating on taxiing. And still, I see no windsock. Oh, now we got a windsock. Oh man, it looks like we're gonna have a little bit of a tailwind. I need to just go into free cam before I taxi and take a look at them. That's a deer on the taxiway, running away from us. We're catching it. It ran into a cactus for a bit. I don't know if this is a good home for you, deer. Yeah, it might be a crosswind. It might be okay. Still think I would have rather wanted to take off going the other direction, but take off towards where we're headed to save a bit of fuel. Oh yeah, it's a direct crosswind. Okay. Didn't matter then. And we're just gonna roll on because the traffic is being weird anyways, and it doesn't matter. So let's get up in the air. That got a little weird. Crosswind is pushing the tail. Oh. There we go. Turn the RPMs down for taxiing and forgot. Up we go.
Nice takeoff, pilot. Have a safe and steady flight.
Climb out here. See if we need to adjust our altitude. Flaps up. Take a little bit of speed, start climbing again. Melting the yellow away. should be able to get over that range. We are going to have to go higher than 6,000 though, huh? That's fine. I'm just hand flying it right now. Let's go 8. Heading on autopilot, vertical speed, and heading. Now go nav. Okay. Green has melted off. Now can we climb above this quick enough? If not, we can go heading and go to the left or right of it. Probably should just do. We'll do that and then get back on course. So, God, this is Canutiel. Canutiel. I'm Canutilo. I'm guessing the ILLO is EO. Oh, that was a bit of a moment there with the sound. El Paso, back that way. I think maybe the stadium is in that rock on the other side. We'll be back here, so we'll eventually see it, but alright, 8,000 is just gonna get us over this fine. Perfect. Get back on nav. Although it way over adjusts here. Got an antenna on top of the peak there as well. But on we go. And over here we've got power station. Newman Power Station. So this is actually going to be some really good money. 14,360 is what it's listed as, plus we're going to get all the bonuses, so that's going to be nice. I did a little more research on planes that I have and planes in the game. We're really in one of the fastest planes that we can get. So I think the biggest thing is, if I need to make more money, I think it's going to have to be we haul heavier cargo stuff in a slower plane. If that's how the game works, I think it might. But yeah, just gotta think about where we want to actually go with this. Alright, so all this emptiness around this airfield is the military base. And then up north, Fort Bliss. We're high enough up, I think we're okay to fly directly over. But again, not actually info that I know. So let's take a look at our info. We are 49 minutes out. We're using 16.1 an hour, and we've got 24 gallons, so we're all good. 166 miles out at the moment, and we got a 25 knot tailwind pushing us to 201 ground speed. So we're good on fuel. Don't need to worry about that. If we had a headwind, it might be kind of tight. We'd be in the range of like 4-6 gallons, where we should be at around 8 gallons good on this one. All right, let's look ahead. We're all good all the way through on elevation, altitude. There's not a whole lot on our flight path, so that's going to be interesting. We are currently in Texas. We crossed into Texas over the river, but in like just a mile that way is New Mexico again. So short trip through Texas. Although I'm sure we will be back. But yeah, looking at the planes, I mean, this thing is so fast, but obviously I can just carry 700 pounds of cargo. This isn't a cargo plane. And it's really not much of a haul passengers around plane. I mean, it's good at it because we can get places quick. But realistically, no one's going to be paying to get flown around in this. You're looking at King Airs, TVM or whatever it is, PC-12. But we're just too far away from those. Kodiak, probably a good idea for cargo if I want to go that direction for a bit. So, just some decisions to be made, but at the moment, this is doing well for me. Remember to turn those off right there. This back a bit more. Find the sweet spot there. Okay, so yeah, looks like, yeah, that's part of military base still. Yeah, there's really nothing until Carlsbad in the direction we're going. It is just open wilderness, but that doesn't mean there's going to be nothing to look at. Got I'm going to guess that's a range. here? Map options. Got the radar on. Obviously nothing around us because we're in the desert. So we've used 2.3 gallons so far, which leaves us with 23.7. 43 minutes out, 147 miles out. Go ahead and set a timer. 20 minutes. We'll switch the fuel tank over at that point. And we're nearly out of the military area. Yeah, just vast emptiness here. Though there is quite a big range over there of mountains. I believe it's those. And then off to our north, got quite large. I mean, that's just like, that's not even peaky, it just goes up. I don't even know if that's the one that, yeah, I don't even think that's that. It might be. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do plane-wise. Money-wise, we probably need to go with a bigger plane that can haul cargo. So I'll do a little bit of testing with the Kodiak, see if it is completely broken like when it started on fire, or if that was something I did stupid. Because that's never out of the question. And that whole area has just got like a step up, doesn't it? Let's go with back here. Yeah, it doesn't, I mean, it all does step up. It's kind of a little thing itself, but then it goes back down, so it's not like we're gaining a bunch of altitude. So yeah, we'll just get up over that ridge and then the ground will fall away from us again. Yeah, we've been getting really lucky with the wind. 23 knots, flying slightly above east. One of these days we're going to get a really bad headwind and have a really long flight. maybe this will get me the XP that I need for VIP flights, and once we get VIP flights, that money situation for light cargo loads compared to big ones will kind of switch up. I mean, this should be fairly good XP. But again, I don't know if the VIP needs more in-flight services. That's not something I'm going to be able to offer, so we'll just go with it, see what happens. Not going to learn unless we try it out once we get to that level. I zoomed in on the map and I'm just scrolling forward, and all there is like some random roads, a county line. Oh, we do have a little town here that we may go past. There's a road next to it called Marathon Road. There's a railroad that we're gonna go over, and that's it. I mean, this is the emptiest bit of the world that we have crossed. Nothing, and then we got this just massive wall. It just steps up. I feel like that's kind of impressive, and it's weird that I don't really know anything about it. I mean, this is like if you took half the Grand Canyon and threw it on planes. I gotta see what this is. Like, there's gotta be. There's gotta be something about it. You can even see it pretty well on satellite imagery, but I got no names coming across it. Give me a name. Lonesome Ridge. So many of those in the world. Yeah, someone tell me. I'll have forgotten about this probably by the time this goes out, but if you know what that is, I mean, that is crazy. That's just a massive, massive bit of land that just juts up. Lincoln National Forest is kind of crossing in the same area. Let's see if that gets me anything. Not really. Alright, well, we are now 109 miles out, 33 minutes out. Fuel-wise, that we are 21.6 gallons remaining, so we are very good now. That probably, somehow we've used. Is that working right? Yeah, it might be. Almost to 5 gallons on the right side. But I am impressed with this. Oh, that was something. There's like a tiny bit of something down there. It looked like you could land there, but I think it's just a road that goes in and turns around. We nearly had something on the ground under us. Alright, well, we are... I don't know what to expect at the top of this. Like, is it just going to be a smooth, flat descent back down? Just absolutely crazy. Hey, what's that? It's either a little ranch or more than likely the way that everything's radiating out from it, a well. Probably a well. Alright, here we are at the ridge. Well, we've learned something, or I have. There's a giant ridge here. I mean, this is like one of the most impressive parts of it. This just straight cliff. Like this, not really. This does have some cliffs, but this looks really steep here. So that's Brokoff Mountain Wilderness Study Area down here. Carlsbad Caverns are back behind that. And then, yeah, we just got this big old uplift here. Yeah, a bit of flatland at the top of it, and I bet there are some pretty cool views from the edge of that out over, like right there. I think that point would be the point to go to. So I mean, this has got to be pushing 7, 6.5. It'd be like 6.5. So we're getting green. That's going to be around 7. That is nuts. Yeah, this is just half the Grand Canyon right here, and it doesn't quite have all the bits and turns, but that is some huge cliffs. Alright, we're probably going to get hit with the pretty big updraft here, especially with the wind at our back. There it comes. Well, not as bad as I thought. Wind did change direction a bit there after crossing over. And now we are getting more of a crosswind. Crazy. So much of the world that I have no idea about. Alright, so 16 knot tailwind, we are down to 197 ground speed, 26 minutes out. We've only used 5.7 gallons, 85 miles from our destination. Got kind of canyon-like systems over here. Wondering if that is there is a little community down in part over here somewhere. It may be down in those canyons. But yeah, this slopes away actually pretty quick. Really chunky erosion into it. then down and out, and back into the desert. So, next up we are gonna go over the city of Carlsbad. Alright, timer just went off. Switch to the right tank. Oh, what do we got here? There is a home there. Maybe. I think that's actually a home. Probably going to come across some more stuff. We got a New Mexico 137 highway coming up. It's either before these or after, but I think it's before. Oh, there is a town. We have spotted a town. There may be people out here. Is that the one that I was talking about? Yeah, that might be. No, it's on the wrong side of the road. I don't know what that one is. Actually, I wonder if these are oil. It's starting to kind of give that Oklahoma vibe. But that there. Yeah, I mean, that's got to be whatever that town is on Marathon Road. So I'm not really seeing anything else that matches up. And here's the highway. Guessing this has got some pretty cool views, although it might be way too close to these bluffs to really give you the view. But then you can drive up and come to the top of this and get a decent view. Although I don't think a car's taking that route. I think they're going the long way up. So the highway cuts through. At that point, we've got Brantley Lake State Park over there. That is a dam, not a runway. And then that leads to Lake Avalon, which then leads to the Pecos River into Carlsbad, which is over here. So I think we're just going to go north of town. Yeah, this is starting to look like oil, the way it's laid out. I mean, because you would assume people with houses aren't just like clearing this out and then just living on dirt. Could be wrong, but I don't feel like that's what we're seeing there. Could be though. Alright, well, there's the dam. Let's hop off to this side. And, I mean, this is a really flat area now all of a sudden. That's interesting formations. That's really weird. Very swirly. Alright, well, Carlsbad. It's like AI buildings, no photogrammetry. Yeah, I mean, look at this. This has got to be some sort of oil. I just really can't find anything to explain it. And for some reason we got like a levee out here, and then there's another one maybe here. Airport off over there. Bunch of baseball fields and some soccer. But there's actually some green. The world is changing. We're getting some brown and red and green now. Got probably high school there. Oh, this is weird. How it just... They got a dam right there. That is interesting. Damming it up right in the middle of town. Okay, well. Oh yeah, I mean, look at this. This is oil. It's gotta be oil. We got their golf course over here. Might be able to see it. Nope. We're too far past. Or we already looked at it and I didn't notice it. So, like, all of a sudden, the horizon is completely flat. Got maybe some mountains down that way. But now, there is nothing. That's quite abrupt. So, we're going to Hobbs, I believe is what the town name is. Yep, we're going to Hobbs, just outside of Hobbs. We got a whole bunch of mining going on around. It's actually got 2 different airports here. And we got a Hobbs Motorsports Park at the other airport. But I believe that's just a dragway. We got 3 different runways, 6 essentially different runways to choose from. 47 miles out. Let's see. See if we can find anything. Oh yeah, they got oil refineries. That's all oil.
Hobbs Airport Information Yankee 2100 Zulu. Wind 256 at 8. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 11. Dew point 5. Altimeter 29er 8 tree 44. ILS runway 4 in use. Landing and departing runway 4. VFR aircraft say direction of flight.
I don't think we're gonna land runway 4.
Hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Yankee.
We will be landing on
Hobbs Airport Information Yankee 2100
either 21
Wind 255 at 8.
or 30.
10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 11. Dew point 5. Altimeter 29er 8 tree 44. ILS runway 4 in use. Landing and departing runway 4. VFR aircraft say direction
They don't
of
even
flight.
have a
All
runway 4.
aircraft read back. Hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Yankee. Hobbs Airport
Alright,
Information
25
Yankee
is, what is that?
2100.
Don't need to hear that anymore. Am I missing something? It doesn't even have one listed as runway 4. We got a 3 and a 21. A 12 and a 30 and a 17 and a 35. Weird. Okay, well, we're gonna do what we want to do here, and that will be gonna land with a headwind. We'll see what we've actually got for wind right now, because once I start getting wind info like that, my brain can't process. Yeah, so 27 right now. That means 30 landing would probably be the best. Possibly. So yeah, it's kind of greening up. Got a few dried up lakes. Seasonal probably, because they're all shaded in. And then I think we have just a massive amount of oil fields coming up. Or their homes. But yeah, it's oil fields. Spotted all over there. And over there. And everywhere you look. Oh, got hit with some wind. Looks like we got some mining going on over here. Or let's see, is it potash or potash? But it's whatever that word is. So I think they're piling up waste. Yeah, it looks like there's quite a bit of that going on around here. Must be over a little, maybe a refinery area. There's a runway down there as well, but yeah, just a crazy, crazy amount of drilling. And the, like, Nebraska flat, actually this is flatter than Nebraska. Because, I mean, maybe there's some hills somewhere. Maybe this is hilly, but like in Nebraska, you get the flat valley, but then a lot of it is hills, and this just looks ridiculously flat forever. Alright, 27 miles out, 8 minutes out at this speed. We will be powering back though soon. Looks like we can see the town there. And we gotta have a good landing, because we break our cargo if it's a bad one. So the pressure is on to not completely screw it up. Yeah, this should net us some really good money and hopefully a level up to start going further. Alright. Something just came up there for a second, so maybe in and out for a moment, but yeah, perfect timing. 5 minutes out here. Alright, so we need to drop down Elevation is going to be, what did it say? Got 3,600. I'm going to go ahead and heading mode. We're going to go this way, cut across, line up our approach. Got 3,000 feet, so let's go 5,500. Vertical speed down, 1,000 a minute. RPMs up, throttle back. Get it lined up with these roads. They usually are going in line with east and west. But yeah, we did not use a whole lot of fuel. Gonna use 10 gallons, maybe 11. So now I got a little better idea, although we did have quite a strong tailwind. So we're going to be going out, making a sharp left-hander back to catch 30, which will be in this direction, which is kind of what the wind is doing right at this point. So that should give us a headwind in. Feet off of my 2,000 foot above the ground mark. No terrain anywhere. Let's go ahead and zoom in here. We do have some green bleeding in over there, but it looks like on our end, all good. Okay. Landing and taxi on. Airport 7 miles. There it is. Killing off our speed here. Alright, so gotta nail the landing. Cannot screw it up. Just keep telling myself that to make the pressure even more. Got little communities out here outside of town. We have killed off the speed. Let's take autopilot off. Go ahead and get flaps out as we're at that mark. Get throttle back into it. And try to hold this altitude while we wait to make our left turn in on 30. Alright, so I'm going to go to this crossroad here, diagonal road that maybe it's a road. We're going to use that to follow up, and then we should make a 90-degree in. 5,100 was. Get a little more altitude. Let that drop a bit too much. Alright, turn here. Not gonna quite be a 90-degree in, but not as bad as it was gonna be had we kept going in that direction. I'm not seeing that runway though. So I think those two little ponds are just in front of it. To spot the runway. Okay. $4,900, 1,300 above. Got the runway in sight. This should give us a fairly decent headwind. As we turn into it, hopefully. Don't think I need a crosswind with the, man, the wind did not do what I thought it was going to do. I mean, we're losing a bit of it, but it'd almost be better to, hopefully it dies down a little bit as we get closer. It is. All right, fine. Picked up a bit too much speed, almost crossed over 100. Yeah, gonna be a little bit of a crosswind. Should have continued on and yeah, no, it's dying off. All right, cool. Gonna be fine. Well, it was gonna be fine, and then that wind picked up massively there for a bit. Huh, alright, well. Let's hope we don't get some gusts like that again. Not with my landing skills with the crosswind. All right. A little low here. get it on here straight. Okay. Going much quicker than normal. Jumping sideways. Put it down.
That wasn't the softest landing I've seen.
What are you talking about? Oh shit, what is happening? Where's my
Taxi to
steering?
parking and shut down your engine.
Why was it not steering there? Shit. Okay, it is blowing us. All of a sudden we've got a 16-17 crosswind down here. Okay. The wind got really stupid on the ground. Negative 150. What is going on with this wind? Okay, that was terrible. But we still managed to get within the limits. I mean, the landing was, I thought, fairly smooth. It was everything after it that was terrible, but yeah, the wind really changed it up right at the last moment. That was a bit odd. We will go park over in the opening here and hopefully not run into the building. Matt, why are you walking towards a moving plane? No, that was an ugly landing. No, that was disappointing. I could not, I think I had the nose up a bit and I wasn't giving it right I can't say the word, aileron. And so it was just shoving us off to the left because it was pushing the tail. And yeah, that was ugly. But we accomplished what we needed to.
Okay, pilot. Removing the fragile goods may take a little longer than normal.
Okay.
Stand by.
It's going to make a bunch of dumb noises. Because, yes, fragile goods that you put in an airplane, you're going to have loose glass like that, right? I think you would pack them a little better. Alright, so...
Transporter. Another cargo mission completed. Thanks, and see you soon.
Let's take a look at our stats here. If I can get it to drag over.
Let's go.
End up making $28,000 off of that one. We're up to $170,000. Rental costs and airport fees, $615 together. Did not get close to that. So we got a lot more to go, apparently. And, yeah, that was negative 150 was not good. I was trying to land faster, which I did. And, I think that crosswind, difficult, very difficult to control. So, make a lot of money, though. And I'll do a little more research on what pays. I don't know if there's any information on it and how the payout works, but we'll either go VIP once we get up to 2, or we'll go with bigger cargo hulls and get a different plane. So that's the plan. Hope you're enjoying this. Thanks for watching.